Today, the topic of discussion is on 2D and 3D force system and equilibrium, which is under Engineering Mechanics, Module 1, Part 2, ESME 301. Now, what is two-dimensional force system? So, when the forces are found to be confined to one plane only, that is coplanar, the analysis of such system of forces requires two-dimensional coordinate frame only. So in the figure 1, it is clear that there is a F1, F2, F3 and F4. These three forces are two-dimensional force that is plotted on X and Y coordinate. And R is in the next diagram, that is the R is the resultant of all the four forces, and Rx and Ry, there is the two component of the R. Now, what is three-dimensional force system? The three-dimensional force system, it is many problems in mechanics require analysis in 3 dimension, and for such problems it is often necessary to resolve a force into its 3 mutually perpendicular components. So in the figure 2, it is clear that F is the force. So there are 3 mutually perpendicular direction, that is x direction, direction y and direction z. So this force F makes an angle with the x direction, that is alpha, and y direction, that is beta, and as well as z direction, that is gamma. And the component of that force, that is in the x direction, that is Fx, and Fy and Fz, correspondingly x, y and z axis. Now in this figure 3, that F that can be represented in the that is the polar system, that is F cos theta x and F cos theta y, that is in the representation of the vector form, and similarly in from the figure 4 and figure 5, that can be represented in the form of the vector. Now, the parallelogram law of forces. Now, this law states that if two forces acting simultaneously on a body at a point where are represented in magnitude and direction by the two adjacent sides of a parallelogram, their resultant is represented in magnitude and direction by the diagonal of the parallelogram, which passes through the point of intersection of two sides represented the forces. So in this diagram, in figure 6, the parallelogram law of forces, so there are two forces P and Q, and the R is the resultant of P and Q, that is the diagonal of this parallelogram. So that is R is nothing but P plus Q. So from this equation, that R can be represented root over of P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos theta, and the alpha is the angle between the resultant and the force P, that is nothing but tan inverse Q sin theta divided by P plus Q cos theta. Now, triangle law of forces. If two forces acting simultaneously on a body are represented by the sides of a triangle taken in order, their resultant is represented by the closing side of the triangle taken in opposite order. So in the figure 7, it is clear that there are two forces, that is P and Q, and R is the resultant of these two forces. So direction of P and direction of Q, these two are in the same direction, and resultant of P and Q, that is in the opposite direction. Now, polygon law of forces. If a number of forces acting simultaneously on a body at a point are represented in magnitude and direction by the closing side of the polygon taken in opposite order. So, in the figure 8, it is clear that these are the forces, that is force A, B, C and D. These are represented in vector notation, and A, B, C and D, these are in this order, in the same order, and the resultant of all these forces, that is represented in the ON, is in the opposite in order. Now, Lami's theorem. If a body is in equilibrium under the action of three forces, Each force is proportional to the side of the angle between the other two forces. So in this diagram, there are P, Q, and R. These three forces are represented with the help of the diagram figure 9, and the angle between these forces between the force P and Q, that is P and Q, that is the gamma, and the P and R, that is beta, and the Q and R, that is the alpha. So you can write that P by sine alpha equals to Q by sine beta equals to R by sine gamma. Now, principle of transmissibility. According to the principle of transmissibility, if we transmit a force in its line of action without changing its magnitude and direction, then there will be no change in the effect of the force. So in the figure 9, it is clear that a force is acting on a body, and that force is, which is the line of action of the force, and if the force is replaced in anywhere on the line of action of the same body, and it is represented by f dash, where f equals to f dash. So as per the transmissibility of the principle of transmissibility, so the changing magnitude and direction, then there will be no change in the effect on its force on the body. Now we'll discuss the resolution of forces. Now, what is the resolution of forces? The process of splitting up the given force into a number of components without changing its effect on the body is called resolution of force. The force is generally resolved along the two mutually perpendicular directions. In fact, the resolution of a force in the reverse acting on the addition of the component of force or vector. So in the diagram 11, figure 11, it is clear that, so this is the force F. This force can be represented in the x direction, that is Fx, and in the y direction, that is Fy. So figure 12 also, it is also clear that this Fx is nothing but represented by F cos theta, and Fy, that is the F sin theta, and theta is the angle between the F and the horizontal axis x. Now free body diagram. So it is the nothing but simply written as FBD. So to investigate the equilibrium of a body, sometimes it is necessary to isolate the body from its support, and the support are replaced by the reactions which they exert on the body. The diagram which shows all the forces acting on a body, including the reaction at the contact surfaces after removing their support. It is known as free body diagram. So in this diagram figure 13.a, it is clear that the sphere is resting on the horizontal plane, and weight of the sphere is W, and A is the contact surface. And if we just remove the contact surface, and the reaction force will be R, that will be upward, and W is the downward the weight. So in this case, the reaction force R equals to W in the figure 13.b. Now the equilibrium of forces. If a body known to be in equilibrium is acted upon by several concurrent coplanar forces, then these forces, or rather their free vectors, then geometrically added, must form a closed polygon. So from the condition of equilibrium, in the case of two-dimensional force system, we know that summation of Fx equals to 0, summation of Fy equals to 0, and summation of Ma equals to 0. So summation of Fx equals to 0 means the algebraic summation of all the forces along x direction equals to 0, algebraic summation of all the forces along y direction equals to 0. Similarly, algebraic summation of all the moments with respect to a particular point A equals to 0. Now in this diagram, a circular roller of weight W, 500 Newton, and radius R equals to 15 centimeter, and tie rod AC equals to 30 centimeter, and rest against a smooth vertical wall at B as shown in the figure. Determine the tension in the tie rod and the force exerted against the wall at B. Now in the figure 14.a, it is clear that the circular roller is hanging, and its weight is W, and B is the contact point, and AC is the tie rod. Now if you draw the free body diagram of that, that is shown in the figure 14b. So the tie rod, the direction of the tie rod, that is the outwards, that is the symbol T, and CA is the direction of the tension, and C from the point C there is a weight W, and RB is the reaction force, that is horizontal. So from the condition of equilibrium, summation of Fx equals to 0 and summation of Fy equals to 0. So from summation of Fx equals to 0, T cos phi minus Rb equals to 0, it is equation 1, and summation of Fy equals to 0, T sin phi minus W equals to 0. Now from this again, and from these, so T sin phi minus equals to W equals to W equals to 500, the value of W, that is the weight, that is the 500. So according to figure, so cos phi equals to 15 by 30, that is half, so value of phi equals to 60. So from equation 2, so T sin 60 equals to 500 and T equals to finally 577.35. Now from the equation 1, Rb equals to T cos phi, that is equals to 577.35 into half. So finally the value of Rb, the reaction force, is 288.67. Now the tension in the tie rod, T equals to 577.35 Newton, and the force exerted against the tie, against the wall at B, that is Rb equals to the reaction force 288.67. Okay, thank you.